first came in and he did the cringy Scotty Barnes is going to be the face of the NBA thing, and you went, oh, God, this is not, you feel like a stopgap guy. He doesn't feel that way to me anymore. There's some positivity around the idea that, hey, you're going to be watching competitive basketball as opposed to the last couple of seasons. There isn't the same overarching narrative that there was with the end of the Siakam, Fred, Powell, of just, they're going to have to really move a lot of these core pieces out and go with a full pivot. But it's very tough for me to look at this group of players and the way that they all play. And again, the starting five has talent, and think with modern offenses and modern basketball that they are going to be able to score enough to really show people that there is a ceiling to this team that goes beyond. They could be a middle of the pack Eastern Conference team that's maybe the tough out in the first round and gets a playoff victory. But if they do make it to the second round, is looking like kind of an easy out.
Yeah, and look, they're going to play a hard style, and they're going to be annoying to play against. That's going to be a trademark of theirs, I think. But yeah, you have to figure out, the ceiling. How do they, like, we established the floor is playing. I have them for 44 wins.
I think that's about
cool.
right.
They're a fun team. They have a lot of good basketball players. Like, if you are the type of fan that watches all 82 games, you're really going to enjoy this year.
Yeah,
they are going to play good,
way
fun
better.
basketball. Yeah. But yeah, the path to how do they become a 50-win team, a 55-win team, that's still a pretty big unknown. And it's a lot of like I get it. Scotty Barnes could be an all-NBA player this year. I don't think that is entirely off the table, even though he had a bit of a rough preseason. But all 30 teams in the NBA are looking at, well, let's say 24 teams in the NBA are looking at what they have. It's like, well, if this guy takes a jump, it's like, you're okay. Everyone can think that. You got to actually have the guy take the jump. The Rockets are a great example last night. So I watched the Rockets Thunder double overtime game, and they, in a double OT game, they only took 39 shots, or 39 three-pointers. If they only took 39 shots, they would have lost by a lot.
I was going to say that would be pretty unprecedented.
Yes, they hit them all. They were all 8-pointers.
It's a lot of turnovers.
Yes, but like, they have KD, who operates in the mid-range. They have Şengün, who you really operate a ton of. Like, they went bully ball last night, and they're down Fred VanVleet, who's their biggest three-point shooter. So 39 is a low number of threes for a double OT game. And that team, first of all, they lost the game. But you were only able to do that because you are a bully team that's so effective at operating through the post and in the mid-range. If you want to say, hey, best case example for the Raptors, Scotty Barnes is operating in that Şengün role. Brandon Ingram fills the KD role. Cool. Şengün still went 5 of 8 on threes. Like, he was their big 3-point bomber, and some of those are like the Marc Gasol trail and transition stuff. But
How many
also,
games this season do you think Scotty Barnes is going to hit 5 threes?
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the right line. I was going to set the line at 2.5.
Yeah. So even like the best defensive team from last year, or I guess the second best defensive team to the Thunder, who took the defending champs to double overtime, and yes, they're down Fred VanVleet, but even they still got up 43s. It's and Şengün fired a bunch of them. So you can't take 25 threes in a game. This is why, like, the talking point in camp, and I wasn't there, but like reading the quotes and watching the YouTubes and stuff, quickly getting up 10 threes a game is going to be a talking point. Brandon Ingram's 3-point volume is going to have to look more like it did in that 20 games last year when he was taking 6 or 7 a game than it has been historically when he is the true number one in an offense and things like that. And you really got to hope Grady Dick has something for you off the bench, because even the guys you like off the bench are not like 3-point gunners. Like, none of the Jamison Battle, I guess, but I think Jamison Battle's not in the rotation to start the year. So like, Jamal Shed, cool player, not a 3-point shooter yet. Jacoby Walter, really cool player. Probably the guy who upped his stock with me the most last year, and all the extra time guys got. Not a 3-point gunner yet. So you got to find that somewhere.
No, fun slasher.
Yeah, I like him a lot. But
3-point shooter, he is not.
No.
And he's one of those guys, too, where they do the projections of how good of a 3-point shooter you can be in the league based on what you do at the free throw line in college more than what you do at the 3-point line in college.
Because you only take like 100 attempts.
Yeah. And he is not a good free throw shooter from college.
Yes. What did he shoot last year on free throws? He shot 80% last year, but he only took like 75 free throws, 100 free throws or something.
Yeah. It's all right. Better at the NBA level. Your free throw shooting can go up, though, in the NBA level. It's usually just the marker of what your threes end up being. Again, not saying that it can't happen, but yeah, they really are just a group, when I look at them, of a lot of talented players, a lot of good guys who, in a vacuum, individually, like even the moves they make, like it's getting Brandon Ingram for the price that they got him at. I don't view that as some screw up for them. I
trade value-wise, the contract you can quibble with, but like Bruce Brown and Kelly Olynyk and the lowest of the first few held,
Totally.
Yeah.
So I get why people look at that trade and say, how do you not do that? You obviously do that. Look at the talent you're injecting onto your roster. What I think is, again, the most interesting thing with this team is all of them together, talent, nice vacuum mats. Looking at it as a group, the health, the fit, the three-point shooting. Questions. A lot of questions that really need to be answered, and I'm not really sure how it's going to happen. And interestingly enough, when you're talking about the release valve in terms of how to change this roster, when I was really thinking about it in terms of Raptors trades and something that they could do to really shake up their roster, I do look at Grady Dick's name and go, man, like kind of a semi-interesting trade piece. And then yet, here you are, 28th in attempts for three-point shots, and it feels very strange to be thinking like, well, is he going to be one of the guys that you end up removing? Because where are his minutes coming from consistently enough?
And can he do enough other things?
Exactly, where it's going to fit with the group. Like, how are you factoring in Colin Murray Boyles' minutes? Another guy who, not a shooter, someone who profiles probably closer to Scotty Barnes in terms of just like playmaker who you want to get inside. And
This is real good defensively. He's even the
Sure.
preseason tape was cool on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fit stuff. This is the thing, and this is how you build a good team. The path, and maybe I should have framed it as this. Maybe we both should have framed it as this. As the story this year is like, is there by the end of the season when we're doing the show in April, is it clear what the path to being great is? Because the path to being good is there.
Yeah. You know, instead of isolating it down to two players, really expanding it to the entire team in terms of, what are the pieces that make it feel like that is clear and obvious as to how you get better from a ceiling standpoint? Like, do the three-point shots continue to be debilitating in terms of how you get to an offensive ceiling that you likely need to be at? Is your defense good enough where it actually does feel like it's sustainable for you to get into rock fights with teams and come out on top more consistently than not? It almost feels like when you and I are having a play-in conversation, like, okay, if they end up in a play-in spot, but it's the 7, or actually supersede that and end up like 5-6 somehow, you're feeling way better about the path, because then it is like, okay, maybe little development tweaks.
One small trade, one small
jump actually lands you into the top
the
3.
Pacers path.
Yes, as you're looking forward. And the closer you finish to the bottom of that play-in group, the more you're going to be feeling like, nah, they can't stay healthy enough. They can't shoot well enough. The pieces don't fit well another.
5 extra wins feel huge.
Yeah, exactly. That this 5 little window is actually going to determine how major it needs to come. Change needs to come for this team. Anyways, subscribe to the podcast, leave 5 stars, do all those things. Spotify and on Apple. You can reach out anytime on Twitter and Instagram at JD Bunkis. I always appreciate it. I always try to go through the messages. We will see you tomorrow for actual World Series preview time.